So welcome to the people here in the class with me, and also to those of you watching on Zoom. And we're doing a beginner intermediate level mat class today. So we'll start, you want a ball or something similar like a cushion if you're at home and don't have a small toy ball, and a TheraBand or else a yoga strap, a belt, a leash, anything that might be able to support the weight of your leg when we're doing leg circles. So beginning here, let's sit at the front of your mat with the knees bent, heels are grounded, and we're going to roll back into our upper curl for hundreds. This is not traditional, usually we come from the ground, but most people get into their upper curl. So you sit upright on your sits bones and then pull your waist back so you fall behind your sits bones, and we release the spine down to the ground. So you roll over your sacrum, your hands can slide along the thighs towards your sits bones, go down to the waist, go down to the base of the ribs and stop at the tip of the shoulder blades. That's your upper curl. You can pull one leg in, holding onto it with the arm to help support it. The other leg in, maybe pull your elbows forward to lift up. And then you just release the arms and start pumping here for hundreds. Inhale for 5 beats. Exhale for 5 more. Now, this can be challenging for the neck. So if you need a little rest, you can always lay your head down and come back up again. Also, an option would be to take a ball behind you or a yoga block or something like that to support your head in this lifted position. Now, you want to see if the position of your legs is really making your low abs work. So if you feel like you're good, that's great. If you want a little bit more lower abdominal work, you can extend the legs forward to slowly feel the increasing load into the abs, or extend the legs up and out on the high diagonal. And then you can choose to lower the legs down. There's lots of possibilities here for extra work. Take it where your body is ready to support it. You want to feel that your back is bracing but not arching. And you still should be able to breathe completely, fully. Inhaling, let the whole body expand. Exhale to pull the navel down and deep as you push the air out of your lungs. Let's just go for one more breath. Reaching long through the fingertips and long through the feet wherever they are. And then you can fold your knees in, lay your head down, and lower your feet to the mat. Opening the arms out to the side in a T position. We'll let the knees fall over to the right. Turn your head to look away. Lifting the left hip here, and then exhale, roll across your sacrum. Tip the knees over to the left as you turn your head easy to the right. Feel the stretch across your chest, and also the diagonal stretch through your belly and back. Exhale back to center. Massage out the sacrum as you shift your weight across it. The knees again go to the right as you turn your head to the left. Exhale back to center here. Pull from the abdominal wall from your obliques. And then the legs go over to the left as you turn your head to the right. We'll come center and then slide the legs forward for roll up. Arms can be at your side initially. You could also use a TheraBand around your feet if this is something you're not used to doing. For guys, often they need to put ankle weights on their ankles the first few times they do it, just because they've got more weight in their upper body. So let's lift the arms up to the ceiling and feel the shoulder blades drop down into the ground. Look straight up at the sky and take the arms back without lifting the rib cage. Feel that work in the abdominals to hold the ribs steady. You bring the arms up, you start lifting your head, your neck, your shoulders are in the upper curl, and you pull forward, up and over. Suck the belly in, create a curve for your back. You dive forward here, head down by the knees. You'll feel the stretch in the back of your legs, and then reach forward through your heels to the center of your feet. Articulate the spine down so that the pelvis is rotating on the femurs. You curve your way down, support yourself on the abdominal wall. It releases you inch by inch, so it's great. And then take the arms back. Again, feel that length here through the whole waist, front, back, and side. Lift the arms, lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale to pick up your ribs. Dive up and forward. The arms lower will be easier. The arms higher will make it more challenging. If your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees as you go forward. Just soften them a little bit. So you feel the stretch in the back of the thighs and not at the knee and not at the sits bone attachment. So you reach forward through your legs. Try to stretch in both directions. You push out through your heels. Curl the tail up through your legs. Work your body down. Place it down inch by inch. One vertebra flows after the next. You settle your head down softly and you reach the arms back. We'll do one more. So lifting the arms, feel the weight of the arms into the scapula, into your mat. Lift your head. Exhale for the point of greatest exertion. It happens right before you pick up the weight of your rib cage. You dive over yourself. This looks beautiful. Thank you. Diving over the head. Reach forward with the blades. Sink back down your back. And we're going to take it back one last time. Keep finding the length through your legs. Energy pours out from your hips, down your legs, out to the center of each foot. Roll your back into the ground. Beautiful control. And then you stretch the arms back and then circle them forward at your side. From this point, bring your right knee into your chest, hug it in, and pull it in tight. And then you can release it a little bit with your right hand on your knee, your left hand at your side. Just circle that knee. We call these knee stirs as you feel the thigh bone just sort of massage out your hip joint, and then reverse the circles. So it's the thigh that's moving, that moves your foot, don't just circle your foot. And then we can pull that leg in once more, and then release it forward. Take a moment to feel just that little bit of work made you probably feel like you dropped a little bit down through the right side of your body, and you have more space and length in that leg. Pull the left leg in, first embrace it, hug it in as tight as you can. If it's hard for your knee, you would just hold on to the back of the thigh. And then we release the knee forward, left hand on the knee, right arm on the other side, and do little circles. Keeping the pelvis steady here on the mat. Typically in Pilates, we work to move the limbs as a challenge for keeping the torso stable. And then here we'll reverse the circles. Nice, smooth and easy. Don't rush it, just kind of enjoy the feeling, the sensation of it. And then pull the leg in, embrace it in once more, a little compression, and then slide that leg forward, stretch it out. I'm going to just demo the first one with the TheraBand. So you would take the band to your right foot. If you have a band, that'd be great. You can also do this exercise without the band. Elbows are down at your side, slide them forward to ease the shoulders away from your ears. And you lift the leg up. If your hamstrings are tight, then you will be a little bent. Try to keep the leg as vertical as you can. And so you get a healthy stretch in the back of the leg, no matter your flexibility or lack thereof, right? So then you point the foot slightly, you reach up to the ball of the foot, not over pointing the toes, to sort of like across the body. It goes low by the other leg, rotate externally to bring it out to the right, and then pull that right leg up to the ceiling. So it's a short inhale as the leg crosses over, and then a long exhale for the last 3/4 of the circle. Keep reaching the foot into the band and keep pressing the arms down at your side. If you're not using a band, the arms are long here and you're stretching for the end of the mat with your fingertips. Torso is steady here, shoulders wide and relaxed. One more circle, one more breath, short inhale, long exhale. That allows you to feel the abdominal wall contraction at the end of the movement to the top. We reverse. Excellent, rotate the leg, it reaches to the right. The left hip is stable, it's steady, it's grounded and pressed into the floor. And again, before the leg is right, feel heaviness in the left side of your body, like you're sinking into the ground, like into quicksand. Pull the leg around and up to the top to get a stretch to the back of the leg. And you'll feel this open the inner thighs, giving them a little stretch as the leg goes out to the right, and then you'll feel the stretch in the IT band area as the leg goes to the left. One more circle. One more deep, long exhale to bring the leg all the way up to the ceiling. Here, take both ends of the band in your right hand, and take the leg out to the right. Again, the left hip bone is grounded. You've not tipped your body at all. And then you can rock the leg just gently, very slow, very smooth, just a little bit towards your shoulder and away. You'll feel that increase the amount of space in the muscle, your inner thigh, right? We want to get not just one line of muscle, we want to get a lot of them engaged here. Pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands here at the top, the left hand pulls the band, and you bring the right leg across to the left. You can lift the hip, the waist, but not the shoulder blades, and extend your right arm out long. Look at your hand, pull the band towards your shoulder, get as much stretch as you can accommodate. You can bend the knee a little bit if that feels better for your thigh or for your back, or keep the hip down. Now we'll lift the leg up to the ceiling, pull the hip down to lift the leg, give it a final pull in to feel the stretch in the back of the leg and the hamstring. You can even pull the toes down to lift the heel and get a little bit more stretch in the calf. Then fold the knee in, the band comes off, hug the knee into your chest, and then release that leg forward, stretch it out. And just give both legs a little shake and then really feel the difference between the right and left side. The right leg will have rotated externally a bit and definitely feel much longer and more relaxed. So now pull the left leg in, replace the band on the ball of the foot in the arch, and then extend the leg up to the ceiling, anchoring down through your elbows by your waistline. Be sure your shoulders are away from your ears so the neck is long and graceful and beautiful. So here, lifting that leg, possibly again, remember you can bend your knee slightly. Whatever works for you is best. And we breathe into the stretch, soft point through the ball of the foot, and now we circle. Inhale, the leg goes across the body. Always, that's the first part of the circular movement. Goes low, out to the side, and external rotation, and lifts up to the sky. So you start with a deep but short inhale, and then a long, slow exhale. We want to keep the exhale going to the top of the movement. Your breath acts sort of as a metronome for your movement here throughout the whole period of time that you're doing your Pilates. So you'd like the breath to be continuous and full. So again, short inhale, long exhale. The exhale will help you really draw that transverse abdominal muscle down and deep, strengthening the lowest part of the abdominal wall. One more circle in this direction. Bring it all the way up to the ceiling. You can pause there, lengthen again, and then to the side, out to the left this time with the right side heavy. Circling it across the body. The goal here is to make the circles gradually larger, have a bigger, more sweeping circle in the air, while still keeping the hips grounded, stable, no matter where the leg is. That way you'll feel the work in your core, supporting your body against the weight and movement of your leg. One more circle here to the left, bring it low, draw it across, pick it up high, and now we can take the edge of the band in the left hand. Right hand maybe on the hip bone on the right side to keep it grounded. Otherwise, you can extend the arm out to the side and look at that hand. And then you just rock the leg a little bit, getting the stretch across the upper inner thigh muscles. Really push that right side of your body into the ground. Don't let it tip. Just in order to get the other leg closer to the floor, that's not the point. And then we pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands. The right hand now holds the strap on the left leg, the left arm extends, you spiral off the ground all the way up to, but not including your shoulder blade. That stays on the floor. And then you pull the leg towards your right shoulder, maybe rotate it a little internally for more stretch into the glute and the low back. And then exhale, pull the hip down to lift the leg up to the sky. Give it another stretch here. Again, maybe point and flex the foot. Remember when you lift the heel, you'll get that stretch in the calf. And then you can bring the knee in, take the band off and place it to your side. You pull the leg in tight and then release it forward. Lengthen it out. Give both legs a little wiggle and feel that ease in your hip, the release in your low back, the length of your body. So from here, we'll pull the right knee into the chest, hands onto either the thigh or to the shin. Pick up your left leg in the air and we roll forward and up to roll into the ball. Lift your head, look down in midline and push the legs forward to come up to your balance point here. Near the front third of your mat. Easiest to take the hands behind the thighs. A little more challenging, hands to the shins. Elbows go wide. You curl the tail up and pull the waist back like you're resting a bowling ball here on the low belly. Lift your feet to your balance point. The elbows widen forward, pull the shoulders wide across your back so you can really drop your ribs back. Look down. Imagine you are a ball, you lift the tail. And roll to the shoulder blades. Exhale, come right back up to your balance point. If this is uncomfortable for your back, you need more padding, or you need to really think of curving the spine. All right, so you want to make your body as round as possible. Also, when you inhale, think of inflating the back and then roll. And exhale, come forward and up. Two more like this. Keep your gaze down to your belly, never look up at the sky. Because if you do, you'll flatten out your spine and rolling will be hard. It's hard to roll when you're more like a plank. And then we can move into the beginning of the ab series. So from here, you'll take your right hand to your right ankle. The left hand goes on the right shin below the knee. Pull that leg in and push the shin up. You want to feel that work in your arms. Start pulling back so you're on your sacrum. Extend the left leg out and then slowly keep pushing the legs forward as you roll your body down to your upper ab curl. Then you can pull the knee in a little tighter and lift the elbows, look down your midline. Inhale to switch the legs. Now the left hand is on the ankle. And then exhale, switch again, the right hand to the ankle. So the hand always goes to the ankle on the side that you're working. The other leg stretches out long and away. It's okay, like when you begin this, the leg may be up at the ceiling. As you advance, the leg gets lower. Just do whatever works for your body, your back in particular. We don't want to put too much load into it with the leg and weight with the leg as it gets lower. End with the left leg in. Pull both knees into your chest, double leg stretch. You push the shins up into the hands, you feel that work in your arms, you're looking at your abs. Inhale, the arms and legs reach up. Initially, legs are to the sky, arms too. Circle the arms and brace your legs in. So the legs will stay together, the arms will be separated to the width of your shoulders, and you embrace it all in, pull yourself into a little ball. Now, as you advance, the arms go further back, the legs go further out, and that adds load to your core, more work to your abdominals and other parts of your core. And you stretch and then embrace. One more, think of being a hammock, and then think of being a ball. Rest your head down here just for a second and rock the head side to side. Now in this ab series, you can always lay your head down, but in which case you would keep the legs closer in towards your center to protect your back. So we move into scissors now, lifting the right leg up, taking your hands high on the leg. You can extend the other leg out as you come to your upper curl. We're looking down at the belly now, down at your navel. Inhale, switch the legs. The right one goes down, the left one comes up, and switch again. This can, of course, also be done with your hands to your thighs, if that's easier for you. And if you need to have your knee bent as you lift it higher, please do so. The goal is to get a healthy stretch in the hamstring and not overstretch the back of the knee. The legs move in their own plane, reaching out in line from the hip socket. And when you connect your hand to your leg, try to pull yourself a little deeper into your upper curl, tipping the gaze down your nose towards the abs. We lift both legs up, take the hands behind the skull, pull the head forward and pull the elbows down in a bit. Double leg, lower lift. Be very careful here, pay attention. You're going to take the legs slightly forward, feel the increased load up in the lower abdominals, and then exhale, bring the legs up. Even though you feel this in your abs, what you're really working are your deep hip flexor muscles called the psoas muscles. They support the weight of the legs, they pay out, and then they draw together to lift the legs up. You might feel if you take the legs too far, your back is arching, really pull your belly down, but if you feel like it's out of control, don't go there, make it a small movement, focus on the top range of the movement. Eventually the legs will go down further and further and further, but you don't want to risk your back. You know, these muscles that are supporting the legs will actually attach to every one of your lumbar vertebra and discs, and we want to treat them with respect and keep them in position. All right, let's pull the right knee in, twist to the right, the left leg twist out, coming back and around to twist to the left. So this is called bicycle in the gym, apparently, I'm told. And then you're coming up and around. You're in flexion plus rotation with the upper body. We're trying to keep the pelvis grounded so that the hips are still as the legs reach away from your torso and back in again. We're going to do one more set. Twisting to the right, think armpit to inner thigh, and then to the left. Pull everything back to center and rest yourself down. You can embrace the legs in, and maybe here for just a little break, circle the knees, pulling them towards each other and then away. So little circles here, creating like a figure 8 in the sky with the path of your knees. Reverse the direction. And that was the full ab series. Not that you will be using your abs for the rest of the class. Anyway, so now bring your hands behind your thighs. We roll up to sitting, lift out your belly, curve on up and extend the legs out for spine stretch. Here, if your hamstrings are tight, you want to sit elevated on a yoga block or some books. Even a cushion or two will help, and extend the arms forward. Press the arms lightly down, lift up through your halo, and then look down. We're going to bend the neck and then start bending the spine. The head reaches out over an arc to the space between your knees. Dive here, stretching, curving the back. Feel it stretch over the front of the body. Now imagine that there's a ball starting at the mat and it rolls up the front of your body. So if you lift and the back of your body will pick you up. We're just coming here to a neutral position, look ahead at the horizon. Look down, like a butterfly lands on your nose, and then let the weight of your forehead come out over and down to stretch the neck first, and then the upper back, The shoulders are still sinking behind you as you pull the spine forward, up and over an imaginary beach ball here between your legs. So you're not just doing hip flexion, you're sucking the belly up and away from the ground. And then press down through your legs, so your sit bones, and picture that ball rolling up your front to lift you until you look out over the top of the ball at the horizon in front of you. Once more, look down, out, over, and down. So the arms are moving because of the movement of your spine and your rib cage that carries the shoulder girdle, that carries the arms forward, out and over. You can even stay here and go stretch, maybe holding onto your feet, your ankles, your calves, whatever you can. You get a little bit more stretch in the back line of your legs if you flex at the ankle and pull the toes back. Now really pull the waist back here. Pull the ribs back and try to stretch the back wherever it feels tight. And then from here, we'll bring ourselves forward. Just sit near the front of the mat for open leg balance and rocker. So if you're on a block, come off of it. All right, so for open leg balance, you can take your hands inside your legs to the top of the ankle, or of course, take your hands behind your thighs. Rock back onto your sacrum, curl the tail up, your back is rounded, elbows are forward. Extend the right leg up, reach up as high as it'll go, and then exhale, pull it back down. And now the left, extending it here. And exhale the lower, heels connect. Switching my hand to my ankle, and you'll take the right leg up again. And pull it down, the other option is still valid. Left leg up, hold your balance point. Good. And now both legs, they both rise. It's a narrow V. Try to keep the legs in line with your shoulders, not wider, and then exhale. The hands may rotate around that lower part of the leg as you go up and down. And to bring my hands a little to the outside as the legs are extended, and to the inside as you pull the heels down. Next, we lift the legs up. We're doing another rolling exercise, like rolling like a ball, but with the legs extended up in the air. So you look at your abs, you pull your tail up, you increase the curve of your back. Inhale, lift the tail over your shoulder blades. Hips in the air, hips off the ground. Exhale to come up to your balance point there. Very good. And again, lift the tail, pull back, exhale. Often the first one in particular is hard because you have to figure out where your new point of balance is. Just continue with the breath. Your inhale takes you back. As soon as you hit the scapula, the tip of the blades, you exhale to bring you forward. Rolling back on the inhale, exhale through the transition and up to where we started, and we'll do one more. On that balance point, even on your shoulder blades for a moment of suspension, come forward, and here close the legs, bend your knees, and we'll lower the spine down for corkscrew. You have an option here to use the bear band around your feet or not. I'll start with the band. So you would pull both legs into your chest and take the band around the balls of the feet and the arches. Legs are together as you lift the legs up to the ceiling. Pull the band into a little bit of a top stretch, and you have a slight point through your feet. Hips are grounded, tail is trying to reach the floor. Here we circle the legs to the right, keep the left hip down, and circle forward and around. Come to the left, and then up to the ceiling. Complete here at the top, and then you move to the left, and exhale, circle around to the right. The circle isn't necessarily very big. In fact, right now, I'm just thinking about a ball the size of a volleyball or a basketball. In order to keep the pelvis grounded, right? So feel how you have to work the left side of the hip as the leg moves to the right, and then the right side of the hip pushes down into the mat, just circle the legs over to the left. You can advance this by starting to tip the pelvis to move the legs, not the other way around. So I can pick up the left hip to take the legs right. I can pull the left side down to bring the legs center. You can pick up the right hip to bring the legs over to the left. And if you do that, you really work into your oblique abdominals. You're not just swinging the legs around and letting the body respond to that. Let's make this work happen from your core. And eventually the movement can get much bigger. But it still happens because of the oblique work through your abdominals and your back. All right, and then we'll fold the knees in, stand to the side, and roll up again. Look at your abs, protect the neck by looking forward, come up to sitting, and extend the legs out for soft. Here again, if your hamstrings are tight and your lower back is tight, you'll feel more comfortable and get more movement. If if you elevate your hips on a block. Extend the legs out and then the arms out to the side. Legs a little wider than your mat, wider than your hips for sure. And we rotate to the right and dive over. The back of the left hand reaches down along the leg, and the left, so the right arm reaches up and back behind you. Well, the fingertips in both directions. Keep the rotation as the back spine lifted, unwind the body, and then spin to your left. The right arm crosses over. You're diving your head down as if your right ear wants to listen to the left knee. The back arm reaches long and behind you on a diagonal, opening the chest to the back wall. Coming upright, centered here on your sits bones, we spiral and twist and dive over. As you twist your right, press down to your left sits bone to your left glute, and really try to pull your right shoulder behind you towards the left one. Give yourself a little more rotation, coming up, unwind, move your tallest point through center, and then we spiral to the left and dive over and reach out long. Your hand can slide along your leg, the back arm lengthens out, and then pull your left shoulder towards the spine. Coming upright to center, and then lower the arms down. Amazing. We don't get enough rotation in everyday life. We're always so grateful of what happens in class. All right, so from here, let's turn over onto your stomach for squat. So your hands are down by your armpit, fingers spread wide. Keep your head off of the ground. The legs are stretched out. If your feet are cramping, you can roll a towel up underneath the ankles, have a little less point, it'll be easier, and so you develop more of a lengthening here across the shin. Push the heel of the head back, pull the chest and forward, coming up, shoulder blades fall down your back, and then we release yourself down, come all the way down, look at the ground, but don't throw your face in the mat. Pull back with the arms, pull forward with the chest. The eyes rise up. You're lifting here, you're pressing to the arms, but you're also going to work in your back line. And go all the way down again. One more, you really want to try to pull your chest away from the pubic bone, stretch the navel up towards the heart, lift the heart up with your eyes, and then down you go again. From here, child's pose. Sit back on your heels, if that works for your knees. If it doesn't, you can lay on your back, pull your knees into your chest. Let the forehead hang. And then we slide out onto your elbows for single kick. You press the forearms into the ground, you pull the chest up, you look up. Legs about 4 inches apart here to kick the right foot in 1 and 2. This stretches your quad, you'll feel it. And on the left, 1, 2, and down it goes to the mat. Hold your torso steady with the kick. You're opening up the front of the hips with this, coming into a little hip extension. The arms remain actively pushing down and pulling back, so you feel a little bit of a connection from your triceps into your lats. The collarbones are opening, the chest is lifted, so are the eyes. You don't want to lift your head or your face so high that your neck feels cramped in the back, but you want a little bit of a backwards curve in that cervical spine. One more time for the left leg. And then lay yourself down, turn your head to the right. Double leg kick. We'll take the hands and overlap them on the back as high as you can reach comfortably. And then drop your elbows down towards the floor. You take a deep breath in to lengthen from your head to your tail to your toes. As you exhale, 3 beats with both legs. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Push your shins into the ground. You reach the arms back. They may start palms up or palms in. You lift the chest into like a cobra position. And down you go to look left. Right cheek to the mat and 3 pulses with the legs. Once the legs are down, you stretch the arms back. Eventually, you intertwine the thumbs, the wrists are straight, the fingers are straight, you lift the chest. And down again to turn right, 3 pulses. Both legs in unison, it should look like one leg from the side. And then you reach back, heart rises up as the hand stays low. Reach back for your heels, reach back for your toes, and then go down, turning left, 3 beats here. We end on the lift. And then you just lower down, hands at your side, push back into child's pose again. Back your spine from the bottom to the top. All right, we're going to move here into shoulder. So you'll have your feet grounded, knees bent, and then lay your spine down onto the mat. No pad under the head. And the arms stretched here at your side. It is useful to take a ball here between your thighs. If you can engage the inner thighs, the hamstrings are much less likely to cramp. You might also just remind them they're about to work here, because the back line of the body is really important in any bridge. So heels maybe a comfortable distance, maybe 6 to 8 inches from your sits bones, whatever works for your knees. And then we begin with the pelvic tuck. So you pull the mat back with your heels, you pull the tail forward, you try to drive the knees out and over your toes. That lift of the tail will bring the hips up in the air. And then you can even go into a little bit more advanced position by rolling to the outer arms, push the top of the shoulders into the mat, lift your sternum, lift your heart, and then also use your glutes to lift your butt a little higher so you're in more of a hip extension here across the front of the thigh and pelvis. And then to come out of it, roll to the inner arm, feel your shoulder blades widen on your back, and you're going to drape your spine down from the top to the tail. So you sink your spine down between the blades, down over the ribs, down over the waist, down to the sacrum, down to the tail, and then you find the natural arch in your back when your tailbone is grounded. Let's do that again. Really hug the ball in with the inner thighs wrapping around it. Curl the tail forward, your inner pelvic tuck. You slide the knees forward, the tail lifts, and the spine comes off the mat inch by inch. So you snake your way off the ground. Then really at the top, push down into your feet, push down into your arms, push down into the top of the shoulders, gazes up and slightly back so the neck is long and you can breathe. And then get that extra support from your glutes so the whole back is supporting you. Roll to the inner arm, feel the blades widen. Try to drop your body down 1 inch at a time so you're not taking big chunks down, but you're really articulating your spine into the surface of the ground. And feel how you have to rock the pelvis to get the tail down. Let's do one more like that. Push down through your feet, pull back through your heels, pull forward with the knees, push the shins forward. Imagine magnets on the far wall, pulling the knees towards them. You're coming up, up, up. Come to your highest position here. Let's stay there. Inhale to squeeze the ball, exhale and release. Don't drop it though, just squeeze in. Imagine the ball expanding to pull your legs apart a bit. Press in and open slightly. 2 more like this. Embrace and release. Don't lose the support from the back line of your body. Keep your hips elevated. And now you can squeeze it again and now start to roll your spine down. Curve your way down here. Release your spine, 1 luxurious inch at a time. Ball to the side. And we're coming up to sitting for spine twist. Another exercise where you may want to sit elevated on a block, etc. So legs are together, feet are flexed. Imagine your feet up against the wall. And you extend your arms out to the side, a little in front of your collarbone, so you're not in extension to the upper back. We're going to press the arms slightly down to flow up through the halo and up through the heart, and rotate to the right. Twist and look around you. 1, 2, 3. Lift to center and then to the left. Your gaze can push the fingertips away. Watch the common mistake here is to bring the back arm around in front of the body. It's like a 90-degree angle. That just makes your body think it's fooling you into believing you rotate further, so this would be wrong. Right. And then we're going to keep really the arms at that same, almost straight line, probably 170 degrees from one hand to the other. And that angle remains the same as you rotate. So lifted, there's a slight feeling of melting down as you rotate. The legs have to slacken to allow that rotation, but then you're tall again at the center. To the left, back to center, and lower the arms down. Okay, so here we're going into some of the side planks. So you can lay down onto your side. Toys out of your way. And pop yourself up. If that works for your neck, you're on your elbow, your hand supports the space by your ear. If that doesn't work, you can always extend the arm, put it down. At this level, typically we have the hand in front of the chest, the legs forward at about a 30-degree angle, feet flex. Pull your bottom elbow in towards your armpit to feel a connection here into the sideline of your body. Pick your top leg up hip height. Flexing the foot, you swing it forward, holding the hip steady, reach back through your tail and sit bone, pulse twice. Point the foot, take it back and pulse 1 and 2. As the top leg glides forward, keep the bottom leg pressing into the ground. Point the foot and reach back, and don't let your body lean forward. One reason we have the hand here. So as the leg comes forward, the body will want to often lean back, hold it steady, and then hold the sideline steady as you sweep the leg back, opening the hip. Come back to center and we lower the top leg down. You rotate externally, point the foot to keep the leg up high, flex to bring it down low. Point to lift, flex to close. Good. Point up, flex all the way down, reverse the foot. So flex to lift it, point, stretch, and reach it down, flexing up. Point all the way down and long. One more time like this. Now we move to what's called développé. So you bend the knee, you slide the knee up to the ceiling, foot in, knee to the shoulder, foot to the sky, flex, and push it away. So you draw it in, working for external rotation continuously, lift, flex, and push it down. Watch that your top hip doesn't fall backwards. Try to keep your hips stacked. Now reverse. Up with the flex foot, point the foot, bend the knee, touch the toes to the thigh, and then slide the foot down, end in a flex foot. Reach up, point, bend. Exhale all the way along, both legs lengthen. One more time. Point and bend, and slide that forward and down. Next exercise, rond de jambe. It's a big circle. You bring the leg forward and up, rotate it internally to take it behind you, bring it back in neutral here. You bring it forward, externally rotate to lift, start internally rotating to bring it around behind you. This is a big challenge to hold yourself stable on the mat. Really press anything that's connected to the floor into the ground. Now we complete the circle and reverse. Take it back, open the hip, rotate externally, lift forward, around and through center, and reach again. Right, draw a beautiful circle in the air. It's a short inhale and a long exhale, just like the single leg circles. From here, we're going onto your stomach for grasshopper. So overlap the hands, forehead on the overlapped hands, legs and turn out. And we lift the legs from the glutes to open and close the thighs together. That will open and close the heels, tapping them lightly together and apart. Try to really press the tailbone down to engage the lower abs and lengthen the lower back against the weight of your legs. The legs, of course, move equidistant apart and then back together with a gentle tap. And then we can lower the legs down, child's pose again. Cancel your side, push off the ground. Sink back, stretch your arms forward, your forehead towards the mat. And then we can step on up and do the other side. If we were in a class, you would probably keep your head at the same end and just turn your back, but I don't want to turn my back to the camera. So here we go. Okay, so again, you're supporting yourself through your arm, however feels comfortable for you. Find that your shoulders are in line with your tail and your head is in front of the chest wall. The legs are forward, maybe 30 degrees. Lengthen that top leg to really feel that stretch through your waist. You pick the top leg up, hip height, flexing the foot. Inhale, glide it forward. Reach 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, and pulse back 1 and 2. Double beat forward. Remember, goal here. Let's keep that body stacked on its side seam, no matter what the leg is doing. Flex to go forward, double beat. Point to take it back, and double pulse. Come back to center, lower the leg, rotate externally. Now it's a point to kick it up high, and a flex to bring it down long. Reach up in the air, draw a beautiful arc, and then reach out, 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 and down. So heel kisses heel, point to lift. Flex and close. Now reverse. It goes up with the flex foot. You point the foot to reach it down and long. Push the other side like you're moving through water, and then reach out to close. And again, flex up and point down for développé. We bend the knee, we slide the foot in, knee to the shoulder, foot to the sky, flex and down. So you draw it in, lift it up, extend it, flex and press it away. One more like this. Working through all the joints, all the muscles in the leg. Tap, reverse, flex high, point the foot, bend the knee, touch the toe to the leg and skate it forward, slide it out. It's like it's on ice. You lift it, point, bend, and you skim it down the other leg, lengthening both legs, flex to rise, last time, point, bend, exhale all the way forward and down for rond de jambe, your big circle. Lift the leg slightly up and then circle out, around, back, and through center. The size of the circle, again, is going to be a challenge for you to hold your body stable here on your sideline. Much harder to stay stable when you're on your side as compared to on your back, of course. And let's reverse. The leg goes back, you rotate externally, you lift the leg, you bring it forward and around. And you stretch it back, open the hip, you'll feel your glute engaged, and really all the muscles in your leg. working to help you through this series. All right, lovely job. And now let's come on up to sitting. We're going to use the TheraBand to do a little bit of prep for an exercise called teaser. So this can still be a very challenging exercise in itself. So you'll take the band, place it on the soles of the feet at the ball of the foot in the arch, legs together, and let's curl the waist, rock back to the on your sacrum to pick up the legs at tabletop. So tabletop means sort of like your shins parallel to the ground, maybe 90 degrees at the knees. And here, we're going to hold the feet where they are as if they're up a wall, curl the tail up and roll the low back down. I'm going to lift my elbows so it's easy for you to see in the camera. So you go down with your sacrum, you can go down to maybe your waist. The legs don't move. And you pull your chest up. Use the arms to help you. Use your core to help you. You can even do this with your feet against the wall to really get the feeling of really working the spine down with good articulation and support from your core. So you're not going to arch the back. It's really important that you curl the tail up and get down over your sacrum before you go down to the waistline or maybe to the base of the rib cage. And then you pull with your arms to engage more into your upper obliques to pull yourself back up. And it can be a very small movement, right? You could start just with like a teeny tailbone lift and then pull yourself up. We're trying to figure out how to hold the legs in position while you work your spine. And of course, eventually this is done without the band. Bring it down one more time. And then lift to pull up. Good work. And then fold it in. Everyone felt okay with their backs with that? As long as you really start with the pelvic roll, your back will stay safe. And the band really helps because, of course, it helps support the weight of your legs. All right, now let's lean back onto our elbows. And having bent, curl the tail up and then try to pull back with your waistline. You'll get a little traction here in the back. It's almost as if you're trying to slide your leggings off of your butt, right? And let's go to high heels. This is called can-can. So you swing your legs over to the right, to the left, to the right, and kick, fold, then left, right, left, and kick, fold, right, left, right, and kick, fold, left, right, left, and kick, fold, one more right, left, right, kick, and fold, and left, right, left, kick, fold. Probably more fun with champagne, but you know, you don't have it either right now. So apparently Romana Krasnovsky, who was one of Joe Pilates' original students, always had champagne in her studio. I guess for that exercise and maybe for the others. In any case, now we're almost done. Hang in there. We have 2 more exercises for today. You're going to flip over onto your stomach this way. Arms come out. Gazes down. Let's pull the collarbones wide and just pull your chest up, pressing your hands into the floor to get a little bit of a lift here. You can support yourself here through your hands, pushing the floor away from you to kick the legs here. Let's lift the right leg up and then bring it down, and have the left leg up and bring it down. You really get that work into your glute. And then next time the right leg lifts, the floor down and lower, left leg up with the right arm and lower. This is sort of a prep for the exercise to try to get some strength into our back muscles and mobility here. If you want to try the whole thing, everything up, and you kick arms and legs in opposition. I drop immediately, I wish I didn't. And then reach long, and then everything down, child's pose. Lift your back, catch your breath. Stack your spine up. And we end with seal. A final rolling exercise. Heels together, toes apart. Grab your hands, bring your hands together. In prayer, take them between your legs and around your ankle. Rock back onto your sacrum. And we open and close the legs to clap the heels and the thighs together 3 times. Clapping 1, 2, 3, roll back, keep your chin tucked in, 1, 2, 3, with the feet in the air, and then come back. Now definitely it's easy to clap 3 times when you're sitting on your sacrum. You may want to roll back and just try to clap once, 1, and then come forward to clap 3 times. And then when you're successful with that, maybe go twice when your hips in the air, 1, 2, and come for oops. And sometimes you miscalculate while you're talking and trying to do it. 3 times and roll, 1, 2, 3 to come up. Last set, let's see it. Yes, good. And then you can rest down. Maybe just like open the knees and take a little stretch forward here. And stack the spine bottom to top. We're done for today. That was really good. We did so much more than the last time. So each time we're going to do a little bit more as we pick up the pace and you guys get more familiar with the exercises. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. I love being here with you, either through YouTube or in person. Have a great day, everyone.